Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at irony, which is a figure of speech. Let's take a look at what irony is. So irony is a phrase where the literal meaning and underlying meaning are not the same. So irony is the statement that what is opposite is meant to be true. Let's take a look at a couple of examples here. So first, let's take a look at verbal irony. So verbal irony is when a speaker states the opposite of what they mean. That's verbal irony. Here are some examples. During the hurricane, Astrid said, "What lovely weather we're having." She doesn't literally mean, of course, that a hurricane is lovely weather. Rather, she's using verbal irony here. And another example, after falling off a bench and breaking her arm, Helga groaned, "No, I'm not hurt." So again, she's using this verbal irony. So what she is stating is the opposite of what's true. Let's take a look at another example. This is dramatic irony. And dramatic irony is when the reader knows something that the character in the written piece does not. So here are some examples. A woman thinks her daughter is about to leave for college, but the reader knows that the daughter is leaving to join the circus. That would be an example of dramatic irony. The reader knows something that the character does not. So in the play Romeo and Juliet, the audience knows that Juliet is drugged to sleep in the final scene, though Romeo thinks that she is actually dead. Again, example of dramatic irony where the reader knows something that the character in the story does not. Let's take a look at one more example here. We're going to look at situational irony. This is the difference between what is expected to happen and what actually happens. Let's take a look at a couple of examples here. So a police station being robbed or a fire station burning down. Those would be examples of situational irony. So they're the opposite of what you would expect to happen. And another example here, Cinderella, the poorest girl in town, marries the prince after the dance where she is dressed in a fancy outfit. So the poorest girl in town marrying the prince, that would be the opposite of what a person might think would happen, what they would expect to happen. But that's the situational irony. So again here, 3 different kinds of irony: verbal, dramatic, and situational, all under that umbrella term of irony and all figures of speech.